Hello and welcome to DCP SideQuest episode number 67 and a half. Because take two. Yeah. 67 and a half. Because we already did 67. This is an additional one.
It's the sequel.
Yeah,
you'll have to subscribe to our Patreon to hear the rest of it.
Yeah, only the live viewers got to see that exclusive premium 67 episode right there.
I can't believe the stuff they were talking about.
Destiny 3 looks hot.
When people see that announcement, they are going to lose their mind. But alas, I guess you missed it, so we can't talk about it. So let's talk about today's episode.
Yeah, speaking of, what's the good word this week for gaming news?
Well, news that's already happened, maybe not so much. News that's going to happen a little bit. We've got the Neo 2 DLCs coming out this week.
Right.
And then
so it is Neo Liaout.
Yes.
I can respect that.
And then we also have the Ghost of Tsushima Legends dropping on Friday.
That's coming right. Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about that DLC. Can you summarize it for me?
Oh my God.
Got you.
I think that was better than the first one.
Yo, I did not see that one coming at all, man. That was great.
That was great. We're gonna get together and kill ghoulies, right? That's what we're doing. Getting together, killing ghoulies, getting cool looks, looking cool,
killing ghoulies.
Yeah. Do we need to prepare for that in any way, or can we just jump in?
It's like its own separate mode.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So you just go in.
Today.
I was gonna go to the
completely stupid
prerequisite.
I was gonna go sit in a hot spring for like 6 hours to meditate on preparing for it. You know?
That sounds lovely. You should live stream that.
Yeah, just be like, what am I focusing my attention on?
I might write a haiku at the before the stream on Friday.
Yeah, true.
Might do that.
Oh, actually, that's what I did over the weekend. That's what I did over the weekend.
Oh,
I hiked up to a mountain lake and wrote a haiku at the lake. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you really write a haiku?
Let's just say, for the sake of the story, and for Ghost of Tsushima, that I wrote a haiku.
He didn't write one, but he did go for a haiku.
Oh, Eric's back to back. My God,
hitting on all cylinders today.
Yeah,
look at that. I'm on point today.
Yeah. So there wasn't there Genshin news also? Like 1.1 is officially coming out on the 11th.
Yes, we did get some news about Genshin. So there's been a lot of speculation. There's been a lot of leaks. There's been a lot of suing people for leaking. Oh wow, God bless that guy.
Oh, is it one of those kind of things?
So they banned him permanently, and then they sued him for $80,000.
Damn. Ouch.
Because he broke NDA.
Do you know any more about that? Like, so he was given an early copy. He is a tester for 1.1, the patch. And he was smart enough to upload an entire video with his actual ID showing. So they knew very quickly who it was. And they don't play. They're like, MiHoYo was having a real bad time with all of the leaks because they wanted to confirm the information maybe like a couple days later. But then you had all this other stuff coming out where it's like, oh, they're doing this. They're giving everyone 17 free 5-star characters. And MiHoYo was like, no, but we're not. And now the thing that we talk about is going to be, people are going to be sad about it because they expect this crazy thing.
What nationality was this guy? Well, like what country was he based in that he's getting sued?
I don't know. So I know that 1.1 was on the Chinese server, so you could assume that it was a Chinese player.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess Spanish. It sounds like something a Spaniard would do.
I'm just saying.
Well, they're
like
a Chinese company, so if he's Chinese, it makes sense because I assume it's much easier to go after someone if they're in the same country.
I'm just saying that, like, of all the things to be afraid of, having a Chinese company sicking their lawyers on you sounds pretty terrifying. Just saying, like. All the potential.
Aren't all Chinese companies like technically owned by the government?
Yeah, like a portion is part of the CCP.
Right? Oh yeah, of course.
So maybe don't cross them. Just a thought. They take NDA seriously, unlike Western.
80,000.
Sometimes Chinese technically not known for taking copyright infringement that seriously.
True.
Oh, it's all right if they do it though.
Yeah. You can't do it the other way. But yeah, so he's who knows what's going on with that guy. That's all I know. But so there was a bunch of leaks, but then officially they came out and it announced that 1.1 is coming on November 11th, which I don't think there's anything else happening around then. I think.
What's happening around there?
Oh no, nothing. Zero things. Perfect
That's
time
not a
to
packed
release
week.
literally.
Wait, I thought everything was happening then.
Well, technically, nothing's happening on November.
Yeah, on the 11th.
yeah, nothing's
On the 11th.
happening.
I mean, games come out on the 10th. You'll finish them on the 10th, right?
Yeah.
Easy.
You're going to max
Yeah.
everything in Destiny in one day.
Then you quickly play Genshin Impact, and then you can open up your PlayStation 5 the next day. Wait, is it the PlayStation 5 that comes out on the 10th?
On the 12th.
Xbox one?
Xbox on the 10th.
Xbox,
Okay.
X10.
Xbox 10th, PlayStation the 12th. Okay, so that's perfect.
And
You
that's
get
gonna
plenty
be
of
UK.
time. It's like
And
bang,
then
bang, bang. Everything's happening one day after another. It's just going to be a wonderful week.
It's
Going to
wonderful.
be a wonderful week of gaming.
I mean,
how are you guys
you have
gonna
like
approach
Demon
it?
Souls off on the left, have Bug Snacks to the right, because I'll have two PS5s, obviously.
When is
and
Bug
then-
Snacks coming out?
The day it launches, the 12th.
Yeah, that's a
No.
launch game.
Yeah,
no.
launch title. And then
Oh no.
And I am definitely playing it on launch day.
I want to play Bug Snacks, man.
at least
Yeah,
an hour
yeah, you
of
do?
Bug Snacks.
I do.
Yeah, too many things.
I know that this isn't technically like our Destiny podcast, but I have been really thinking about like just not partaking in the raid race this year, just because there's so much other stuff happening that day. I'm just like, man, I don't know. Like,
It's a big
it'd be
year for
really fun to
games.
play some PlayStation, some Xbox,
Yeah.
just Bug Snacks, Demon Souls. Like, there's so much other stuff
There's
happening.
a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
When's the actual raid
week.
happening?
We don't know
I'm
yet.
sure it'll be like the Friday or Saturday after it, right?
Yikes.
Typically, historically, it's like within a 2-week period. So
Yeah, and
be.
normally you've got to spend every waking moment getting raid ready.
yeah,
Yeah. So November 11th is 1.1. They also did say that 1.2 is going to be December 23rd.
Oh,
So
wow.
for Christmas break,
Rapid fire.
you'll have a new update, and this brings a new area, which is a snow area with a mountain
I love
and
snow
all that
areas.
stuff. Yep. So we're getting that, and then February 2021. They didn't give an exact date, but that's the next one with the new zone and all that stuff. So they said they plan on doing a major update every 6 weeks.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That's aggressive.
They also
Dang.
made their $100 million back in a week, 2 weeks.
That doesn't
in 2
surprise
weeks.
me with how popular that game has become, like right off the bat. Like,
Yeah.
everybody I know on Twitter is playing that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All of them.
Everybody is taking over the world.
Did
I'm
I
still
log
waiting for
in
the
to get my
definitive edition
gems?
to come
still?
out before I play it.
Like, why is Obama posting pictures of like anime girls?
Yeah, it's amazing the type of success that's happened. Like, it's just it's spark.
Yeah.
I think it's because it hits so many different levels of interest for gaming. You know, from like this action side, the combat's really satisfying. The leveling, the characters, and exploration is just really well done. And like the map, it just feels like it was so well thought out. And like, you know, none of it feels just throw that there, and then we're done. Like it feels like the whole game had a lot of polish to it. I hope the rest of the areas that they reveal keep on going down that path.
I think they should be pretty good.
Yeah.
I think so. If we want to delve into controversy,
Oh,
things
let's hear it.
happening
Always
in the
do.
Genshin world.
Yeah.
So in Genshin
The
Impact, there's a
80,000
system called the Resin System.
Oh yeah.
So resin is something you have a cap of 120 per day. Well, 120 is how high it can go. You can't get 140 resin naturally. Resin is something that you use to open loot from dungeons. You can compare them to dungeons, certain bosses in the game and stuff like that. It all uses resin, and this thing slowly recharges over time. So you can go spend it, you can go log off, wait, resin comes back, you go spend it again.
Okay.
So the controversy comes that people realized quite quickly that most of the things that you were going to farm for in this game requires you to have resin, and you have a limited amount of resin per day that you can use.
Can
So
you buy
pretty
more
much
with money?
no. So you can top up 6 times a day with primo gems, which are things that you can pay money for, or you can just get them in the world. You get a lot in the world. I think I have like 3,000 right now, and I haven't really done anything. So you can get more by that, but that's only six times per day that you can top up like that. So even then, if you're using all of your primo gems just to farm, you're still limited to a certain amount of resin per day, which means you can't just play Genshin Impact all day, every day at a high level and farm for what you want. So this is a very mobile game type of system. Like a lot of mobile games have this type of thing in it where they expect you to hop on the game, play for a little bit, and then put it away and go to work, or put it away and go do something else.
Right.
But with Genshin Impact's success and a lot of people playing it on console and PC, people are expecting more of a console and PC game experience, which the Resin system doesn't really kind of lend itself to. So all it's on the forums, both on the Chinese side and on the English speaking side, are all just asking for, please rework the Resin system, do something with the Resin system. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do, because MiHoYo do listen to a lot of feedback, and they are very in tune with the community, and they will change stuff if it's seeming like it's an issue. So I feel like something might be done. I doubt they'll just get rid of the system completely. Maybe they'll introduce a way for you to recharge it faster or something like that.
I think initially they could just expand it, so you have like what, 200 or 240.
Yeah.
Isn't this traditionally in mobile games like a way to get you to spend money, right? It's like, okay, you like the game, you want to play it more, just give us $5 and we'll give you some more resin. You can upgrade your gear and keep going.
Yeah, it is a very mobile-esque way of playing, and I would say, especially in the West, most people are playing on a console or on PC. And most have not played a gacha game and probably haven't really played a mobile game before. So this is all stuff that they're like, hey, why can't I just play the game all day and just farm for what I want? Why are you stopping me from doing this? Because even if you pay to refresh to get more resin, you still are limited to 6 times a day of refreshing. So they put just a hard limit on you just regardless. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens from now with so much uproar on the Resin system, if they're going to change things. Because I think a lot of players that maybe aren't used to that type of game, they could fall off. I don't know if they'll come back with 1.1. I mean, the positive side is that all of that is free. So if you've played Genshin and then you're like, I'm going to stop until new stuff comes, you don't have to pay for it.
If I were a developer of this game, my concern would be, well, we gave you the game for free. We have to make money somehow. So how are they going to make money if they're not?
I don't think the Resin system is the main way that they make money, because you are limited to because you're limited to the 6 times of the top up per day. So you can spend $1,000 if you want. You're still not going to be able to get more resin. It's impossible.
I think it's a progression limiter. Like they don't want people.
It's a progression limiter.
Playing 24 hours a day, blowing through past everything. You know.
How do they make money in that game? Like I haven't played it. I'm genuinely curious. Like, is it?
It's a gacha system, and gacha comes from the word gachapon, which I'm sure, Brian, you remember the little machines where it's got like a candy in it or a toy when you don't know what you're going to get, and you put your money in and turn the little thing and a random toy comes out. It's that, but digitally. So you are
what do you win?
Characters and weapons. Okay. So you see a character you really like, you pay money to potentially get one of those characters, and that's how they get money.
But what's interesting is if you get a double of the same character, it unlocks more power in that character. There's this constellation system. So I thought that was really fascinating. So if you do get duplicates, you know, up to a certain point. Yeah, you don't feel bad up to a certain point. But if you fill out the constellation, I'm pretty sure then there's no point, right? Beyond that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all these systems... I'm sorry, go ahead, Watts.
No, I was just going to say mostly that it's a very smart way to do it, because it keeps people spending money, because they're like, oh, I got a dupe, but this is the character I use all the time. So I'm actually pretty happy about it. Makes my character stronger. Keeps people spending.
All these systems seem extremely mobile. Like it seems like they're just, I mean, and it's a free to play game, so it's not unexpected either, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems relatively fair to me, if you ask me.
Well, the thing about it's the Resin system, though, that's like limiting progression.
Just limiting how much you can play or how much you can progress.
Yeah, it might be set too low, essentially, what it seems like, right? Or just not the ability to recharge it.
It's the feeling of, I love your game, please let me play it all the time. I think the Resin system is fine personally, but I think it would be really fun if they introduce ways for you to maybe get more resin. Like maybe you go hunt a specific type of boss and it refills X amount of your resin. So you still have to do something. You're not just getting more resin just flat out.
Mm-hmm.
And increase the cap further for sure. Definitely get a bigger cap and ways to refill it. I'd be okay with that personally.
Doesn't the battle pass raise like the cap or something? Or am I smoking something? Am I smoking the funny stuff?
I highly doubt you're smoking anything.
I'm smoking that resin. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a game that is, very grounded in a mobile identity. It just also has this really awesome world to explore, really awesome combat. So we'll see how they end up doing it, because I kind of feels like this is one of the first games that's doing this gacha mobile elements, but it's also polished like a AAA game, and you can play it as just a single player open world explorer.
Like these games are wildly popular, but this seems like it's the first one that's crossed over into like the hardcore gamer space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's a wrong terminology for what's going on here, but it's like this one is a crossover hit in a way that most of these haven't been, and they are like even like Kim Kardashian's game was making like millions of dollars, and it's it's the same kind of format, right? It's like
Yeah. So we'll see if they do end up changing it, or if they're like, we just don't want you to play our game all day, every day. You log in, use your resin, log out, go do something else, come back in 1.1. See you then.
They're like, go get a real job. Don't play this game all day.
Right? You gotta get a job so you can pay for our microtransactions. What the fuck you doing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know. That sounds exactly like what it is, right? It sounds like
yeah. If you're familiar with mobile games or gacha games, you're like, oh yeah, this system makes sense. But if you're like, I love this game as a single player RPG and I want to farm all day, every day, then of course that's gonna feel bad.
Trap you. We got you.
True. Hey.
So, did you guys see the tweet from Analogue today?
I did.
I sure did.
This is a pretty interesting tweet. I don't like to just promote a company. I'm actually kind of mad at this company for a lot of reasons. But it was a pretty interesting tweet. So it's from Analogue. These are the people who make the old NES systems like the NT Mini. They made the Pocket, which was wildly popular this summer. Well, the pre-orders were wildly popular this summer. They make all sorts of stuff. So this one in a black background or a gray background with purple writing says announcement squared with a small number 2, like the square number, October 16, 2020, 8 a.m. PST. What do you guys think this is? I was reading some of the comments, like some of the replies to this, and there were some really interesting replies.
Okay. What theories do we have?
Okay, so Mark Noseworthy, who we know, he thought it was the Nintendo 64 because it has, the 64 had like the 64 like a kind of a square root kind of thing. A lot of people have been looking at the Turbo Duo, the NEC PC Engine Turbo Duo packaging, which has the same color purple as a writing, and also Duo and the 2 kind of make sense, right? And that's another 16-bit console that they haven't done yet. So like a TurboGrafx or a PC Engine kind of era thing makes total sense for them to do. Other people are just saying like, hey, this is just going to be the second round of Pocket pre-orders, and that's why the 2 is there. I don't know. You guys got any thinking about what this could be?
Yeah. I mean, initially I thought again maybe they could, because the Pocket has such high demand. I was thinking that maybe they would be do another drop. Then I feel like if they were going to do another drop, they almost wouldn't do it as like an announcement. They would just say, hey, more of them are going on sale, because that would generate enough buzz as it is. So I feel like it has to be something new. I was just scrolling through the replies as you just mentioned. I see I'd never heard of the NEC Duo before, but then seeing the photo that someone else posted underneath when it says PC Engine with Super CD-ROM, it's actually got that 2 there as well. It's got the squared.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Very.
And that console, this isn't retro slot. So I'm not going to get into it too much, but that is in the US. It was called the TurboGrafx, and then they added a CD to it, and then they added a double speed CD to it, so it just loaded faster. So there's like in other parts of the world they called it the PC Engine. Like it's got weird naming stuff going on, but to the US people, it's essentially the TurboGrafx with a CD attachment.
Okay, yeah.
I'm guessing, those little handheld games that came with one game in it?
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're doing a line
Tiger
of those.
Electronics?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
That's what they're doing. I love those
Target,
games, to be honest. Those games were great. I adored them. I used to, when I would go on road trips or we went somewhere, I had a giant bag of just those consoles because it just had one game. So you had to, if you wanted to play more than one game, you had to take a whole freaking bag with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those were good times.
What if we went conspiracy theory, right? Going back to Noseworthy's
Talk to
about
me.
being the N64, right?
Yeah.
So October the 16th, the square root of 16 is 256. N64 had a 256 kilobyte memory card. That's it. That's what I got.
N64, like I could see an N64. The people who program the FPGAs, like they say it's really, really difficult to get an N64 out there. But if anybody's going to do it, Analogue would be like right on the front lines, one would imagine. And it does seem like it would be popular. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they announce. Although, I think this would just be an announcement, not a pre-order that day.
An announcement of an announcement.
Yeah,
I love it. Companies.
That's what they did for the Pocket, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm getting kind of fed up with pre-order and shit at this point. Like right now, I have a console from Analogue on pre-order. I have I have 2 PlayStation 5s on pre-order. I have an Xbox Series X on pre-order. And like for each of these, I'm like waiting in line and I'm like trying to click the fucking button at the right time. I'm kind of about to say fuck all this. Like this is just stupid. Enough. Seriously. Like what in the hell are we doing here? Like it just seems like we're working so hard to try and spend our money on these things that aren't even coming out right away.
They're not giving me. They're not making it easy for me to spend my money. So why should I spend my money? You should make it easy for me.
Yeah.
Sure.
I have to actually work to spend my money.
Tomo made me think the other day. This was probably a month ago when he said it's funny watching all these gamers like go through what we've been doing as shoe people. I can't remember how he worded it. He was kind of making fun of us a little bit, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, if this is what shoe people do all the time, like, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
I'll say, like, Tomo has said, I think I'm only going to do this for like another year because it's just too much. There's like a drop every day where you're waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And it's like,
it's stressful.
It's a lot. It's stressful.
Yeah, it's super stressful. And like, I don't ever remember this in the past. Like, for the PS4, I remember I just went to GameStop in like July and just gave them like $50 for a pre-order, and then I didn't think about it until November when I went and picked it up.
Yeah,
I guess it's only difficult right now because of obviously like the COVID situation, right? So a lot more people are forced to order online and they've got like limited stock. So I guess were it like a normal year, I don't think we'd have any issues like placing pre-orders and stuff. But I think there's that flux of that right now. But yeah,
as a gamer, everything requires a pre-order. Everything requires you to like be in a queue, like waiting for like the exact minute when this thing goes online. I'm getting really tired of it. It's getting really frustrating.
Yeah, the other thing too is I think there's like a marketing hype around the pre-order stuff and like the well, I mean obviously there's marketing hype, but like the fact that it sells out so quick becomes like headlines. And I almost think there's some leaning into that could be happening from some companies being like, well, clearly the buzz is going to be higher.
We sold out in 30 seconds.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that.
I feel like that Nintendo has been guilty of this in the past. And man, I don't know. Like, is it time to just like, as intellectual human beings, just say like, fuck you? Like, we're not doing this anymore?
You voting with your dollars, Briar?
Like, seriously, I don't. It's so hard though, because like I don't want to be sitting there in January trying to get a PS5. So I'm gonna try. Yeah. It's a really hard decision. It tears me up inside because I don't want to be a part of this mechanism, but at the same time, I don't want to be left out. Especially because my financial situation is such that like talk about this stuff, and I do this stuff kind of for a living.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What are we gonna do if we don't have Briar's opinions on the PS5 with bug snacks?
And probably live a healthier life. Happy, healthy life.
Next.
Bug snacks.
Wait, so you didn't get a PS5 pre-ordered?
I did, yeah. I got
Oh.
I did. I sat there for
Yeah.
I don't know, 3 hours the night of.
I missed the hypothetical part.
Yeah. And then the day after, I ordered another one on the podcast, on DCP. I got a second one because I was afraid. I got the first one from GameStop, and I was afraid they'd go out of business before I got my PS5. So I got another one from Walmart.
Oh, no.
And then I got an Xbox as well. I did the same thing. It's kind of like I thought I missed out, and then I saw somebody on Twitter kind of sneak one in through Best Buy, and I got one on Best Buy.
Damn.
I've had a Analog NT Mini pre-ordered since March, and that's coming out in November theoretically.
Damn.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've
tearing me up
for stuff that's just like the thing for me is I pre-order so many things like between games and like just other things coming out that I just forget half the time. So I have random packages turn up at my door, and I'm just like, I don't even know what's in this. I open it up like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Which is
I have
too,
two
right?
Demon Slayer statues coming, little tiny ones, but I ordered those for I don't even know when they're coming out. They're just going to arrive, and I'm going to be like, oh.
Right. I had the Demon Slayer money box turn up. I completely forgot I ordered it. It was ridiculously huge. Look at this thing.
Yeah, that's you might as well use it as a helmet. It's about the same size.
Yes.
Amazon ended up screwing up my Stranger statue from the Numbskull.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they ended up sending it back because they lost I don't know what they did. They lost something, had to send it back. And normally I'm like, whatever, I'll just order it again. But like, it's one of those statues. I was like, man, not that. That's why I'm a little worried about like Amazon sometimes.
I'm worried about everything.
Yeah.
A friend of mine just told me that Amazon is hiring like anybody they can find to be drivers right now. Like anybody. Really? Like we've got guys in our neighborhood coming around that are just driving like random white vans dropping off Amazon packages.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of sketchy, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Like what kind of background checks are these guys doing? I don't know. Like
that's how I can get my PS5. I'm gonna be an Amazon driver next month, guys. I'll hold on a minute.
Oh, is it November? Oh, this is my time to be an Amazon driver.
There's
what's your
Amazon...
name? Eric's. What's your last name? YouTube.
Yeah, me.
There's an Amazon hub that's by us, and I was driving by sometime in the morning, and like just literally 10 trucks in a row, all labeled Amazon, going by. It was like Willy Wonka factory. When they go and release all the chocolates in the movie. Yeah. Anyways, that's it.
Oh.
That's all I was saying. It just reminded me of Willy Wonka. That's all. In the factory.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that film for ages.
Yeah.
It's
a strange world we're living in, for sure.
Oh, it's
right, like people are home, so they're spending more time like playing video games, watching movies and stuff. So it's completely understandable that like, Nintendo Switch has been out of stock since March, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't feel 100% comfortable with my role in the economy that we are
in the capitalist society that we are involved
like in. Yeah, I sort of. It's like we're just giving these people our money on the hope that what they deliver will be what they promise, which it isn't, right? And then they keep our money for months and months. They're earning interest on our money because we're hoping to get the thing in the mail somewhat near the day it comes out. And then we wait in line and we suffer stress for the privilege of doing so. It's just weird. It's just so much. It's just too much.
It's too much.
But what are you going to do? Like the other thing is like, how do you fight this fight? You're not going to fight this fight. This is like fighting the fight against microtransactions. Because if there's 10 whales who are willing to pay him for every 1,000 people who are just like, fuck your microtransactions, guess who's going to win that fight? Microtransactions. Guess who won that fight?
You could make $100 million on a free game.
Free to play. In 1 week? What it was? Or no, a couple weeks? 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah. They spent $100 million to make the game. They made $100 million back. They're good.
Smart.
Damn.
Sounds like they got it figured out.
Yeah, they really hit it out of the park, right? And that game obviously launched much better than a lot of free-to-play games came launch too.
Oh yeah, there was no wait, there was no server problems, everything just worked. And even then, they were like, "Guys, it's not as good as we wanted it to be. We are very sorry." It's like, oh, okay, make it better. All right, I'll wait.
Yeah, that's really interesting. The fact that they're like, "Oh, so sorry, we screwed up these portions of the game. Here's some free gems, and also this asshole's getting fined $80,000 for breaking NDA." It's like, what is happening here? Oh, I'm so conflicted inside right now. Yeah. Well, anything else going on?
Well, are we playing Ghost of Tsushima Legends?
Yes.
On Friday.
Yes.
I want to play on as soon as it comes out.
I'm playing. Plan on it for sure.
What's the launch window?
I don't know the time that it comes out. I would assume it comes out like at a reasonable hour.
Let's hope.
But
reasonable for you guys.
Probably reasonable for us, you know.
It'll be 6 p.m. for me after I've done a day's work, and they were like, "Now we want you to make some more videos." I'll be like, "Thanks." But yeah, I'm guessing the usual like 10 a.m. PT kind of sort of time.
Yeah, that's what I would assume, is that it would be around the normal drop time for American companies.
Yeah. I want to be samurai with you guys. It'd be fun.
It'll be fun, right?
Yeah.
Slicing and dicing. Choosing a character, right? You got like builds and stuff.
Choosing a class and putting your build together and unlocking some cool cosmetics.
Is the raid out on the same day for that thing as well? Because it's like there's the 2-player story mission, there's the 4-player survival, and there's supposed to be a raid. They say you need to be geared for the raid, and I wasn't sure whether the raid is like same day or they didn't say anything about it. I don't know if it's coming
out right away. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think they said it was coming out later.
I believe they did, right?
I believe they did.
Okay.
My chat will tell if we're wrong.
Yeah. The raid is later. Confirmed by... Why is Twitch chat so smart? Why do they know absolutely everything?
So knowledgeable, ready and willing to give information at any given time.
I don't.
But yet, when I have real problems, they will give me the absolute wrong advice. They so enjoy seeing me wallow in misery.
Oh man.
I'm guessing that means they'll drop the raid in a most inconvenient time.
Oh yeah,
there is nothing else going on.
I wonder if we can find the actual time.
Well, theoretically, you're going to want to level up in the multiplayer, right? Because that's going to be a separate character than your main character, like your single player character. So you're going to want to like get good before the raid comes out.
Says,
do we know how many people are going to be in the multiplayer? Is it 4?
It's 4.
4 players for the survival mission, but then the story missions is 2-player co-op. So yeah.
Nice.
Oh, speaking of other games, have you guys played or seen Party Animals?
No.
This game is you know Gang Beasts, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So Gang Beasts, fantastic game, but if you've played Gang Beasts, you'll know that it is a nightmare to control. I don't think anyone is actually good at Gang Beasts. You're just kind of rolling your face in the controller and hoping that your character does what you want to do. Whereas Party Animals is like Gang Beasts, but it actually works. Very same principle, but you're just playing as animals. There's like rabbits and ducks and rhinos and stuff like that. It's also got weapons in, so exact same principle. You drop into the arena. There's currently 3 maps in there, and you can grab onto people, you can jump, you can fly kick them, you can pick them up and throw them, you can punch people and knock them out, and then you can pick up weapons like a spade and you like slap the animals around, or you can pick up like a freeze gun and you freeze someone and they turn into this crystal and they literally start sliding off the level. You can there's tasers that you can use to like zap them. It's literally just like Gang Beasts, but it's actually... I mean, I like Gang Beasts, so don't get me wrong. I don't want to say like it's Gang Beasts and good, but it's more like Gang Beasts, but it just works. Like you can actually control your character, and the button inputs you press
Beast, but better.
Actually do what you want.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Fun. The aesthetic of it is awesome. It's like these cute characters, but absolute vicious violence.
That sounds like Briar Rabbit.
It is brilliant, and so there's currently a Steam demo. It's not actually officially out yet. The Steam demo, I think it is actually ends tomorrow. So but it's free demo, so you can download that, play online. It's got multiplayer and things like that. You can have like up to 8 people in a lobby. So much fun. And it's supposed to be coming out later this year. So yeah, if anyone has a chance to play it. It is hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks good. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'm installing the demo as we podcast.
Yes, yeah, do it. You'll love it.
Yeah, it's are we in one of those periods again where everything that we're really looking forward to is about to happen, but nothing happened this week?
Yeah, that's what it is. Like this week for gaming, stuff that I'm interested in is pretty good, but it hasn't happened yet. Next week. Yeah.
We're staring at the radar, looking at the hurricane that's about to make lands.
Pretty much, because I mean,
panicking slowly.
If Genshin Impact didn't come out, I don't know what I would be playing right now, personally.
Yeah,
I'd probably jump back into Monster Hunter World if Genshin Impact didn't come out. But like,
true,
with Genshin Impact, at least that's tying me over until November. But like, it's the 12th of October, and I really feel like there's just a few bits and pieces that are dropping here and there, but the bulk of what I really want to play is in November.
It's all at the same time.
Why didn't the companies think this and just bring some stuff forward? That would have been great.
While we're waiting. Yeah, we're like, oh man, so starved for content. Wish there was something I could spend money on right now.
I have a theory. The way to solve this problem is to just go back and listen to podcasts from 5 years ago. And you'll be like, oh man, that sounds amazing. Oh, they're talking about Assassin's Creed. Which one came out 5 years ago? Let's say Unity.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Or like, oh my god, this game sounds awesome. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's having
cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go play that. Oh, it's only $1. Awesome. I'm telling you, this is a genius idea. Only look at media that's 5 years old. You're gonna save a ton of money. You're never gonna have to wait in a pre-order line.
This is true.
And everybody's gonna be hyped about it on the podcast you're listening to.
Is this a life hack?
You can't beat this. This is amazing.
Listen,
Isn't that like the episode of like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where they recorded the lottery so that Jeffrey thought he won?
Exactly, except that it's not a mean trick. It's actually just going to be beneficial to your life as a whole.
Across the board.
In chat, they're saying AC Unity was terrible, but now it's awesome because they've patched it 100 times. It's also going to be on the Xbox One, Xbox Series X. It's going to be on the PlayStation 5. You're going to have these
and it's going to be like $1.
Yeah, and Assassin's Creed Unity probably a bad example, but I'm just trying to think of a game that came out 5 years ago. Oh, I heard about this new game called God of War. I don't know if you guys checked it out. It's new for the PlayStation 4. People have been working on it really hard, and I'm really enjoying it, guys. It looks
what
amazing.
We're doing? We're now just going to become that podcast from 5 years ago. So,
well, no, we're recording it now, so you can listen to it 5 years from now. Right, you're doing your future self a service.
So, future self, when you're listening to this and you're in the same October slow window, know that we have been through this.
Right.
Speaking of October slow window, allow me to share some of the upcoming releases so you know what you have to look forward to in the next few weeks. This week you have I'm just going to focus on the most noteworthy ones. I'm not going to mention all these like Z tier games, but you have Torchlight 3, which there has been some controversy around, so I'm not really too sure whether that's actually something to get excited about. And this week you also have Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition for the RTS players.
I thought that was out already.
That is out on the 15th.
I'm thinking the re-release of 2 they just did.
Yeah.
There. On the 16th, however, is Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. Did you guys see the remote control where you actually buy
I want this thing, Eric's. I want it bad.
We have purchased. Wait. Despite the fact it was COVID, we have purchased as a team 4 of them so we can have a race. Except I can't actually meet my teammates right now, so I would just have to race on my own. So my plan this weekend is to.
Did you socially distance around a track?
Probably, yeah. I mean, probably still, yeah. But I'm gonna set it up this weekend.
Just don't touch anybody else's remote control.
True. But I'm gonna set it up in my garden this weekend, and then I'm gonna get my drone and fly above it, so I have a top-down view of the race.
Oh, nice!
This is a great idea.
Love it.
I love it.
So, yeah,
sounds great.
This is the plan for the content. You see, so we've got Mario Kart Live Circuit, and then we've got what's that? What else is there? There's the Pokemon Sword and Shield second DLC is on October the 22nd. The Crown Tundra. If you want some snowy environments.
I'm an adult, so I don't care.
Excuse me. The new game called Ghost Runner is out on October the 27th, shortly followed by Watch Dogs Legion on October the 29th. And that's
you played Watch Dogs Legion a couple of times, right?
I have, yeah. I actually got to play recently for another extended hands-on. This time I played more from the beginning of the game and played for about 5 hours. So it's kind of it was basically the substitute for what would normally be like a pre-launch capture event sort of thing. The game's still really good. It's just like Watch Dogs Legion is in like a sort of a weird place because like the game's really good, but I feel like people aren't like excited for it in the same way where like they're clamoring for trailers, they're trying to watch the new gameplay, they're trying to sort of see these things. I feel like Watch Dogs Legion is almost one of those games where it'll come out, you'll play it, and you'll just really enjoy it because it's, you know, from what I've played, it seems really good. Like, you know, there's the interesting enough story with all the kind of, you know, the whole hacking scene and whatnot. I kind of like that sort of hacker stuff anyway, so I was like, oh, you know, I'll buy into it. Mechanically, all the kind of gameplay systems are fun. The fact that you can recruit all these different characters kind of gives you a diverse sort of part to gameplay that you haven't had in previous Watch Dogs games because you've normally been tied to your one main character.
I want to recruit only grandmas, is what I would do.
It's got to be that. And you can do that. You can recruit just them. And they have different random voices as well, so you might have some like random mix-ups, which would be hilarious.
Well, that seems like an overcompensation for recruiting only 13-year-old girls in the other game you're playing.
Listen, she's a zombie. I don't think it counts.
Oh dear. But yeah, so and I did some like fun missions when I played sort of this weekend because like it's got the typical sort of open world tropes where like, you know, everywhere's broken down into regions, and like if you clear some of the regions, you get like you can retake that area. But then when you retake it, you actually get to do these really cool missions where there's like a focal landmark. So because it's in London, like I retook one of the areas where Big Ben was, which is like the big clock tower for anyone that doesn't know what Big Ben is, and you get to climb it with a spider bot. So there's like this really cool, crazy like platforming thing and stuff. Cool. So there's lots of fun little stuff with it. But yeah, I think the reason for Watch Dogs being like perceived the way it is, I think it's because like a lot of people's memory of Watch Dogs is like the first game, which, you know, while fun wasn't really that great, and everyone was like, oh, this Watch Dogs game is just like terrible. And then I think a lot of people just saved that as their memory. Didn't necessarily try Watch Dogs 2, which actually was a really good game and kind of had loads of improvements.
I thought 2 got a lot of critical kind of praise, didn't it? I thought people liked it.
Yeah. I think the people that played it really liked it, but I guess what happens, you know, like sometimes when people are like burned once, they're like, I'm not even going to entertain the idea of a number 2.
Yeah.
So if
which
they
is
didn't
understandable.
Really play it, yeah. So if they didn't even play it and try it, they'll then just be like, oh, number 3, you know, whatever kind of thing. So it
also looked somewhat generic. It looked a lot like a GTA game. Like, I don't think its charm came across well in like screenshots.
Did
true.
Watch Dogs 2 have a main antagonist person, or was it like
yeah.
Okay.
I forgot his name, but yeah. Different character the first one, but yeah, had a main character. He was a cool character. But yeah, it was definitely it's a weird one because like I say when sort of like looking online, the excitement around it doesn't necessarily seem as prevalent, but I do think it'll almost, I guess timing wise, it'll come quite well because it's like just before everything else comes out. So in that sort of quiet window, October 29th, you've got like a week just to like dive into it when nothing else is out. So if people pick it up and kind of check it out, I think there's a lot of fun to be had with it. You know, is it going to be like Game of the Year material? I mean, I don't know just yet because obviously I haven't played the story, but you know, I don't anticipate it necessarily being that. I think it might just be like a decent like 8 out of 10 game, but that's the thing. I'm still looking forward to it.
There's room for 8 out of 10 games, especially when the subject matter is very appealing to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if this was a Star Wars 8 out of 10 game, I'd be like hype as hell for it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But another Ubisoft open world game, not that much excitement for me personally.
Watch Dogs does look like a solid game, just not like a whoa. Sure.
It's
like I'm more excited about Valhalla just because the Viking stuff looks more appealing to me, and it's that Ubisoft style of game.
But the other problem is that Cyberpunk is essentially on the same spectrum of what Watch Dogs is, but just cranked farther in the future and higher.
Good point.
And like,
yeah, true.
I'm thinking, oh man, I can't wait till Cyberpunk. And it's like, well, do you want to play like Cyberpunk Light early? I'm like, no, I want to play actual Cyberpunk.
You don't want to play Assassin's Creed Cyberpunk?
Like that's the feeling I get. Like I can see myself possibly jumping into Legions down the road if I suddenly have some sort of like lull that I'm like, what game have I not played? Oh, we'll give Legions a shot. But with Cyberpunk on the horizon, I'm just like, well, that's going to be my futuristic fantasy sci-fi adventure right there.
Yeah.
True.
I'm scared for that game. I feel like the hype is so high. I don't know. I don't remember a game that's had hype like this. Recent memory. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I remember the hype for like Halo 2 was extraordinary. Like what else? What are like really hyped up games? But this game, I mean, everybody's looking at this game. Everybody is like got this one marked on the calendar and waiting for it and thinking this is going to be the most stupendous thing that's ever happened to the world.
I think they're going to have a lot of things done right, and then there'll be a few things that are going to like fall flat, and people are going to be like, but this about Cyberpunk, this part was so bad. How could they do this? You know?
Yeah.
I think there's
definitely going to be a culture of like it's cool to hate Cyberpunk because that gets me views.
Oh yeah.
That's definitely gonna happen.
You know exactly the type of people who are gonna be like, oh well, it's just not that good. And so...
this guy gonna make a mint off of hating Cyberpunk. I'm gonna make a whole new YouTube channel all about how bad Cyberpunk is gonna be.
You're gonna call it Cyberpunk Sucks.
Cyberpunk sucks. That's my URL.
All the thumbnails is like Keanu Reeves and Cyberpunk and then poop emojis. You know. Like,
exactly.
Why does this game suck so hard?
Shit.
Yeah.
I have red arrows everywhere.
And just to say, there is a difference between genuinely disliking a game and then being the type of person where you hate anything that people like. You like that blanket? It's a great blanket. It's making everyone sleep real well. Guess what? I hate that blanket. I like stubbly, uncomfortable, scratchy blankets.
Yo, I hate what you're saying right now. That blanket really upsets me.
That blanket's overrated, man.
It was like there was in one of Kevin Hart's audiobooks. He was talking before about like someone pulled up and like when he was I think he was in his car and someone pulled up before and they were like, I hate your new movie, and he was like, wait, which one? And then they were talking about the one that just came out. He's like, did you see it? They're like, no. It's like, wait, what? It's like, I just hate it. It's like, okay, man. So
yeah, that's the internet right there.
Just enjoy games.
That's
exactly.
It's cool to just hate on things. It's what gets clicks. People like drama. They want to hear you bitching and moaning about stuff. Like that's what people like. They enjoy it.
It's how they tune social media. You know, the algorithm of social media is tuned to show you stuff that's going to make you upset because it gets more engagement than stuff that makes you happy, which is completely fucked.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a problem. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. Cyberpunk's going to be cool.
I can't wait.
Yeah, no, it's gonna suck, man. I'm telling you right now. I gotta. Cyberpunk sucks.
Cyber stinks. 2077. 10 reasons why this game is the worst game of all time.
The worst. Yeah, exactly.
7 tips for avoiding a god awful game.
Cyber stunk in chat. That's pretty good.
Cyber
sucks.
That's pretty good.
I don't know. I'm really looking forward to November. Like I'm so torn on it. You know, like I'm really sick of all this pre-order stuff, but I can't wait to get my PlayStation 5. I can't wait to get my Xbox Series X. It's going to be super fun to play all the new games that come along with it. Demon's Souls is extremely exciting. The more I see of Demon's Souls, the more excited I get about it. And I never even played the original.
Yeah.
You know, we might just have to become super casual gamers for each of these games that we're playing. We might just have to become the average casual gamer.
Yeah.
That transition is complete over here.
Briar's like, welcome to my kingdom.
Well, it's like you might in November, you're going to put in like 12 hours of gaming time in a day, but you're only going to have like 3 hours here, 3 hours here, 2 hours here. So you're going to be a hardcore gamer, but very casual.
It's technically casual. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I hate doing that too because like I never finish anything when I'm just like spreading out my time among like 6 games, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never actually get into like I never finish a game when I'm playing a bunch of games. But like when I devote all my time to one game like I did with like Final Fantasy VII Remake, then you get all the way to the end and you feel like satisfied. Like I finished that experience and I'm done with it. You don't have that niggling feeling like I should really get back to that.
Well, that's the thing. Like
something that
I was gonna say some games have that special magic behind them where you really feel like you're playing a once in a while or once in like a couple years type of experience. Like God of War was amazing for me. I felt powerful from that. Like Final Fantasy is the same type of thing, 7 specifically. And I think that what's scary is that you could have multiple of those games coming in November. We don't know for sure yet. but it's possible that
very
some
possible
genre slash
gonna take a lot of time to hate Cyberpunk as much as I'm gonna do it too. A lot of time.
You're gonna have to 100% all that hate, you know.
I gotta do like 3 to 5 videos a day to really capture that algorithm.
You do, yeah.
That hateful algorithm.
You can just do each section. It's a very large game. You can say, here's why this part sucks. You could say that you found Eric's poster advertisement in the game
that's right.
and explain how it sucks.
You've got it.
Yo, congrats on the poster.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That is amazing.
For people who don't know, can you explain what is happening?
Sure. So, CD Projekt Red reached out like ages ago. I think it was like the end of last year or beginning of the year now. And they were like, we want to do this cool thing. Potentially put you in the game. And so they've like taken a photo and then superimposed me as like this crazy scientist who's got this like implants and stuff. And I'm in one of the in-game adverts. So apparently I have but because of the random nature of it, because of the way that, like, although the world is pre laid out, like adverts showing up on billboards is just random. So my understanding is that there is a chance it will show up in the game. So that's as far as I know. They haven't been able to say like you will definitely be in like this district at this time. I think it's just like one of those things where it's like if I'm walking around and then like the advert shows up, it could be there. But yeah, so that's
so there you go. Make sure you take an in-game selfie with Eric's poster when you see it and send it to him.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
Right.
And
hashtag this is why I hate Cyberpunk.
You're like, why does game suck? Question mark.
Just hashtag Cyberpunk sucks, and then people will go on that hashtag, and it's just a bunch of people taking pictures with Eric's poster.
Pictures of Eric.
You ruined me.
Oh man.
And then they'll patch the game and they'll be like, we removed his advert because his advert is single-handedly responsible for like everyone's game. I'm like, no.
You'll be the most famous ad though. The most famous one.
The crazy, the bearded scientist that ruined the game.
Has there been like an announcement how much time or content is in that game yet? Like I know they said they shortened the campaign in comparison to the Witcher 3.
They said less than Witcher 3.
For the main campaign though, because they wanted people to actually finish it. They're like, there's a lot of people not finishing our game.
They said scale-wise, scale-wise, it is technically bigger than The Witcher and all the DLCs.
Wow.
So yeah, but they said that they can't give you a deal. They said they can't give you a
an estimate?
Kind of a quantifiable time because the branching nature of the quests and the way that the things like change means that they can't even say like a playthrough will take this long because two people might both start as street kids, but then you'll start something, you'll meet one person, and then this might deviate into a different branching pathway, which will then mean these two people, despite their same start, have gone on two different paths and then just have a very different experience. So they said because of this design philosophy, they can't even say your playthrough will take you on average 30 hours. They're like, one person might do it and get to the end without even completing the game. One person might go some long crazy route. So it's just like, we don't even know how long the game is.
That is nuts.
That's kind of, The Witcher 3 was like that for me.
It is nuts.
I did not mainline that story at all. I was off doing whatever like half the time because the side quests were so interesting. If there are interesting side quests, which I assume there are because it's the same people making it, like I can't wait to just like delve into that world. It took me a year to beat that game.
How much Gwent did you play?
Yeah.
0. I did not play any Gwent at all.
Same. On my third playthrough. My third time around, I was like, all right, no Gwent. If we're going to beat this,
but imagine
we cannot play any Gwent.
Imagine the problem with Cyberpunk now is going to be how do I make guides for this? Because I'll be like, well, if you started as a street kid and you happen to get this particular branching story, and then you met this guy, and then you did this, then you're going to find this gun. But if not, I can't help you.
If not, I don't know how to get there. Sorry.
Yeah.
This seems like
it's gonna be bad for guides, but really good if you are a live stream watcher.
Yeah.
Because every stream you watch is gonna be so different.
Yeah. Cyberpunk sucks because it's
I can't even make guides for
it. Yeah, that's amazing. That's going to be such a struggle for making guides. You're going to have like multiple branches. A choose your own guide.
Choose your own adventure. Yeah.
Of the
That's a lot of work, but you can do that. Which character did you say yes or no to? Steve the cyber
bandit?
The Cybersuck.
Like all the YouTube cards. Like if you spoke to Steve at precisely 12 p.m. on the third day, then click this card for the correct guide video. If, however, you didn't speak to Steve and you kicked the rat, click this card.
If you shot Steve the Cybersuck in the head,
then click this card.
Yeah,
there's just gonna be cards layered on the screen.
If you allowed Steve the Cybersuck to do what Steve the Cybersuck does, you win.
What does he do?
You get the exotic handgun.
I'm sure he sucks.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one.
It's gonna be a fucking crazy ass month, man. Like, like I'm sure the hardware. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I just hope that after that crazy month, because you know what happened last year as well. Like, there wasn't this insane November month, but then some people released games so close to Christmas last time. There was like a Borderlands DLC, like just a week before Christmas, when I wanted to have a holiday, right? So if please can companies respect the fact that November's going to be so insane and we're not going to be able to finish all the games in November. So how about you don't release anything in December so we can then use December to finish off November's games? That'd be great.
That's one
Genshin
way.
Impact 1.2 comes out December 23rd. Whole new region, new story, new characters, new bosses.
Luckily for me, I'm still waiting for the definitive edition, so I'd have to wait. I'd have to play that yet.
Maybe it comes out on December 23rd.
If so, I'm not playing it. I'm on holiday. Goodbye. They're not getting me. Nope.
So, all right. Eric, you brought up September last year. We've spent months talking about how crazy September last year was going to be before it happened.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think that this November is like twice as crazy as last September? Because I do. Like, I honestly do. Do you want me to run down?
Go on. Yeah.
I got September 2019's game list up. You want me to run down it real quick?
Yeah, let's see. Let's compare crazy months.
I'm going to skip the thing. Well, maybe I should. I'm just going to go real fast through all of them. Catherine Full Body Edition, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, Warsaw, River City Girls, Creature in the Well, Monster Hunter World, Iceborne, NBA 2K20, EF Football, PES 2020, Gears 5, Greedfall, WRC 8, Siege of Centauri, Borderlands 3, Demon X Machina, NASCAR Heat 4, NHL 20, Grindstone, AI, the Synonium Files, Groundhog Day, Like Father, Like Son. I don't believe I passed that one up. Crying Sons, Jenny Leclue, Overlands, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Shantae and the Seven Sirens, What the Golf, Ni no Kune, Wrath of the White Witch Remastered, Reign of Reflection, Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, The Sojourn, Untitled Goose Game, Game of Thrones Beyond the Wall, Cat Quest 2, Contra Road Corps, The Surge 2, Mario Kart Tour, Dauntless, Flotsam, Magic the Gathering Arena, Aokona for Rhythms Across the Blue, Code Vein, Dragon Quest 11, FIFA 20, Ori and the Blind Forest. It was a long list. There's some bangers in there.
It was a long list, but amidst that, there's only really like 4 or 5. It was really like Monster Hunter, Borderlands, Link's Awakening, Code Vein.
And Destiny was in there, but I didn't. It was obviously a DLC.
Well, no, it also got bumped to October 1st because before it was.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It did.
So yeah, September. So September, that's the thing. September was, I guess in different comparable ways, because September was crazier for me, obviously, because I had like Monster Hunter was like a main thing. So obviously for me that was like nothing comes close to like a Monster Hunter game coming out. So there was that, and then I had to juggle Borderlands as well. But just the sheer volume, because the difference with that is that November, if you put those lists side by side, the number of games might be smaller, but all of them are bangers. Like, you know, Valhalla, Cyberpunk, Demon's Souls, Bugsnax.
So this year,
Beyond Light, Godfall,
two new consoles.
Yeah. This November is, I don't know if we've seen a month like this in recent memory, at least, where it's not just a whole bunch of games that I'm somewhat interested or very interested in coming out. It's games that are like peak of their genre and incredibly long games. Basically all of them require you to put a good amount of time in. I don't know about Bugsnax. Maybe it's the grind of the century.
Don't you disparage Bugsnax game of the year.
The first 100 hours is just the tutorial.
I'm gonna set up the competitive channel to Briar and make a channel hating bug snacks called Bug Sucks.
How dare you?
Maybe this could be a running thing on the podcast where Briar, we have a section where it's Briar versus Eric's, and they just go at it with which
like
game sucks. Yeah, hate off. This is how we're gonna get SideQuest to be a household name.
And then we compare metrics at the end of the year and see who won. You know,
who generated the most hate.
Yeah,
I don't want to do it. It's not in my heart.
It's true.
I don't think it's in Eric's heart either.
No, I can't hate. It takes too much energy. I already, just by saying I hated bug snacks, I've already feel like I depleted my energy for the day. I've done a bad deed. I just
used up all your resin.
Yeah, no resin left. But the thing that bothers me about November is that because like I know for I know you can always go and catch up, but like what I found with me, especially more in recent years, I think especially since like making content, like if I want to finish a game that is like a big game, I have to play it when it comes out without a break to finish it. Like if I even remotely say I'm halfway through, I'm gonna come back to it next week once I've done this other game, it's not getting done. It's why I still have to like. Why, in fact, the other day I restarted God of War because I want to finish it, but I was so like lost from where I was before. I was like, I'm just gonna start again. But the thing is, the problem with that as well is that, especially for on my position, like I with getting PS4 late, PS5 late. So there's games like Spider-Man that I would love to play, but I know that if I if I'm fortunate and I happen to get a PlayStation early, that's cool. But I don't assume any of that stuff. So I'm assuming that I get my PlayStation late. So I won't cover Spider-Man because I'll be 7 days late in the UK. I won't cover Demon's Souls because I'll be late again. So those games, from a coverage point of view, I'm going to have to say they're not a top priority. So suddenly they have to be put on the pile. And they'll be like, all right, I'll play Godfall because I want to, and I'll play it on PC. I'll play Valhalla because it comes out. I'll play Cyberpunk, which then means that games like Spider-Man and Demon's Souls will just get put on the back burner for like, you can play it when you get time. And it's like, time.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's going to be... It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I've been trying to fight that over the last year. Yeah, I've really been trying to play like stuff that I just want to play as opposed to stuff that I feel like is like kind of new, and with limited success because I suffer from the same thing. Like if I go a day without playing the thing I'm playing, the chances of me going back to it get slimmer and slimmer. Like with every day that goes by, until it just eventually gets ejected from the console for something new, and then never gets played again, which is sad because I was having fun playing that game. There's nothing wrong with that game. Just
it's kind of a, I mean, we like as a society have like an attention deficit, with all
that's why you should listen to podcasts that are 5 years old.
Right? Because a lot of times like the hype of getting into a new game and seeing what other people are discovering and talking about it is some of the big pull for people.
That zeitgeist of kind of excitement.
But it's definitely okay to pick it up, months or years down the road. I mean, there's obviously gems, and the cream does rise to the top. So that is one thing. It's like when you were listing off the September list of games, it was like, there's only a couple games I was really hyped about, but they were
big boys.
Yeah, you're going to dump tons of time into these games type of situations, And that is what we're looking at.
Yeah. I get excited about new hardware too. I'm just that particular kind of nerd. Like I just like I was really excited to see that the PlayStation 5 sides come off and I can have veneer wood as the PlayStation 5 side. Like make it look like a PlayStation 5 from the 1970s. Really appeals to me. That's cool.
Yeah. That's cool. Tune in November to see how we handle it.
Yeah. Or if you're listening to this 5 years from now, I don't
check
know
if I'm still alive, maybe. Come on.
Well, I think that's episode 67 of SideQuest.
67. Yeah. 2 away. Prepare yourselves.
2 away, guys. 2 away.
2 away
from the big event.
Yes. SideQuest complete.
SideQuest complete. Thank you very much for watching, listening, hanging out. Shout out to our Patreon members for supporting the podcast and the various shows that we have on the DCP brand. And shout out to our Twitch subs as well for supporting us on the live show. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. If you want to find more of me, you can talk to me at Teft on Twitter and catch my streams twitch.tv/TeftyTeft, where I'm pretty much playing Genshin. Pretty much. That's where things are right now.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I am Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just look for Miss 5000 Watts.
I know Arix. You can find me over on Twitter at Arix or YouTube at Arix Gaming, where this week I'll be getting spooky with the Halloween festival for Monster Hunter at the end of the week.
Oh, nice. That sounds good. I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me. Tomorrow we're doing a new retro slot episode. We're going to be talking about Star Wars, the video game for the Nintendo Entertainment System, which I was not even aware of until Jay Sniperton brought it up, and I've been playing all weekend. And I've got a lot to fucking say about that game. So tune in 7 p.m. tomorrow right here.
Was that it?
Do it.
SideQuest out.
SideQuest out.
Briar's leg roast. Do you have anything to say? Where can people find you? Briar's brisket. Briar's barbecue brisket.
You make me very sad.
All right, that's the show. Thank you very much for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Tune in to Retro Slot tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Retro Slot tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Bye.